gentlemen, this in-between or neither. We are live. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host. And today, we're dipping back into Diablo 2 Resurrected. Last time we were here, we almost ended up cleaning out the sewers completely, but unfortunately, I made a mistake and ended up dead. So, the main plan here is to improve our mercenary and hopefully get some better armor pieces for myself, because we do have the gold to do so. And we are going to start by talking to this gentleman up here, Mr. Grease.
I bet you wonder how this town manages to stay safe with all the trouble going on out in the desert.
No. And we're going to hire. Now what we want is somebody with the prayer. So we'll just grab the first one, because that makes sense. And
Good day.
he does not have stuff to trade, but Farah does. Farah does. Now the mercenary for Act 2 will use two-handed weapons like Volges and Bardishes and Tridents. But I am going to grab one of these, because he can actually use it, I think. Yeah. And then, for the armor... Ooh, I can also get a better helm, too. Preferably I would want a full helm, so we'll grab this one for myself. This one for my body. And the best you have is chain, but I cannot use, actually no, the best you have is splint. I cannot use splint. My partner might be able to. And I will grab, yes, I will grab this scale mail for myself. So, first things first. We will effectively gear up. There are some light greaves here too, or like light gauntlets, that I think we're gonna snag as well. And we're gonna replace our gloves. Apparently I can't. Oh, that explains a few things. Okay. So the reason I couldn't is because if I change something with my current stats, so unfortunately we won't be able to use the light gauntlets just yet. It's fine. Oh, there's also an extra belt. There's a heavy belt here that I'm definitely going to grab, because that's going to be better than the light belt we have. Okay, and now we will outfit our mercenary with his new gear.
I'll put that to good use.
And
I'll
here's
put that
the
to
helm.
good use.
And
I'll put
your
that
armor,
to good use.
sir. There we go! And he does have prayer active, so I don't need to switch auras as often. All I really need to do is stay within his range. So we're going to store off the extra money that we have. I am going to do repairs. And we are going to head back into the sewers. And because we do have the waypoint for the second floor, we can just start there. And considering that the next floor is literally just right there. Ooh, That's actually a really good shrine to make note of. But before I continue, I am 1 level short. Okay. 1 more level and we can get Holy Freeze, which will replace Holy Fire. And I didn't finish exploring this level of the sewers, so we can actually use our new companion to help us clean that out. And his aura should be up right now. So all I have to do is stand close to him, and I heal. It's very convenient. It's very convenient if you choose not to play as Paladin, or even if you are playing as Paladin, because then you can focus yourself on other skills. And it's also very handy because he ends up charging into battle to take care of stuff for you. So if he's doing that, I can focus on just being in the back for a bit. At least for a little while. That's another refilling shrine. Ooh, boss monster. Ow. Get over here. Oh, and he's also lightning enchanted. That's a little annoying. Oh, well, we got him. Nice. Grab the extra stuff. Good. The potions went exactly where they needed to go. And we will just continue our way forward. These are just normal guys, so it's fine. It's a little annoying, because you are not supposed to be back there. Recharge the mana. And we can continue forward. Hopefully, I can easily, or, well, it doesn't have to be an easy fight, but hopefully I can have a better experience than I did last time. Yeah, go get them. Go get them. I will provide support, just go get them. Thank you. If you want an alternative with the second act mercenary, you can give them something like a javelin or a pylon. And instead of a two-handed weapon, but I think they predominantly work best with two-handed things. Like tridents, brandish tracks, which I know I butchered that, septums and stuff like that. Alright. Here's the big guy. Nope. No. Not taking the same risk as last time. And since we are in town, we will not die from the poison damage. I don't need to speak to Drogman. I do need to speak to Farah, because she will actually, heal. On top of doing gear repair. And there we go. Staff is sold, and we just made a ton of cash. At least in terms of Diablo standards. Alright. Oh, and I think this guy actually... Oh, that's right. Freaking horror mage. Ooh, that's a skeleton portal. I want that. And because the brand stock I gave him was a cold dealing damage, there we go! Good work, sir! You did most of that. I was just providing support. And we got it! Ooh, great healing potion. That will be awesome.
I pray that Atma will rest easy now.
So now we can just talk to Atma to get our reward. And we also got a greater healing potion. So we're going to replace that and put one of the normal ones back here. There we go. Alright. Whoops. Oh, and before I forget, we're actually going to use the Book of Skill. Mainly because it does give us extra skill points and it allows us to just have that extra skill point on hand for when we actually get Holy Freeze. Now, in this glorious chest over here, we have the Herodic Scroll. Which, if we go back and show that to Mr. Kane, we will get our next part of the quest, which is to get the Herodic Cube. And to be honest, I'm just happy that it did not take as long as it did the first time. Also, the fact that I don't need to be as hands-on is great. So let's use the waypoint to get back, because it literally is just right there. So it's the easiest thing to use, as opposed to just going back through the entirety of the sewer. And back to Loot Galen we go! Alright, so first things first, we need to talk to Miss Atma, the innkeeper? Barkeep? Either way.
Say that the taste of vengeance is bittersweet, but I find it to my liking. In addition to my undying gratitude, I have spoken on your behalf with the rest of the townspeople. The
Thank you.
merchants have agreed to show their gratitude by offering their wares and services at lower rates. Oh, Jaren wants to see you too. You'll find him in front of the palace.
Okay, so Atma basically reduced the cost of like scrolls for us, which is really cool of her. Now if we go to Mr. Kane,
The lost Herodic Scroll.
he will effectively tell us that, hey, you actually found something really important and you need to get the rest of the pieces, i.e. the Herodic Staff. So we need to find the Halls of the Dead in the Dry Hills for the cube, the Maggot Lair under the Far Oasis for the shaft, and the Claw Viper Temple for the actual headpiece. So, we're actually going to start with the cube itself. And I'm really hoping that we can get that cube today. Oh, did you... I'm going to assume that you did identify the stuff. And that the Blade Talons are just red because I cannot use them, because I am not playing a class that, you know, would actually use them. Okay, so our last gemstone before we get the cube, hopefully, is stashed away, and we will deposit the gold as well. If we talk to Jaren right now, he won't let us into the palace, but he will give us the final quest. So we are going to do that.
You may not pass.
Sir,
Not
I'm
bad.
not...
I have heard of
There.
many deeds of skill.
So now we have the last quest that we need for this chapter. But we're not entirely ready to take that on just yet. Now we are going to go into the desert itself and deal with the horrors here. In the Rocky Wastes, there is not a waypoint, but there is a kind of tomb that we can raid for a little bit of extra loot, and that is kind of what we plan on doing if we find it. And we're not gonna go to the Dry Hills just yet. Well, what do you know? Here's the tomb. Let's see what the rest of the sand has to offer first. Aside from, you know, sand. You know... There we go, and Sand Leaper, which, thank you for handling that one. Grab that, because that's important, and we do have some other healing potions that we can replace in our belt that we are going to do. My mercenary is much more attentive than I am at the moment, which is actually really nice. And there we go. Just gonna move potions and some smaller stuff to the bottom, simply because it's easier for storage that way. Anything else that I need to grab? I don't think so. Here's some more dung soldiers, which are basically like mutated scarabs. And the huntresses are effectively cat people, so... Man, they are dropping some decent stuff today. Very careful with some of these guys, especially the dung soldiers, because they don't spit lightning's the wrong word, but they use lightning as kind of a final parting shot. And we need to drop off our stuff. Hello, Mr. Kane. If you could identify this, please. Thank you.
Not here.
Farah, if you could. I have 2 rings. I do have a little space left, so I'm probably just going to stash them away for right now. That's an axe. I don't need an axe. And I did see some magical chain boots were dropped, so we're definitely going to snag those for the next one. Grab this to replace, because we don't need like healing potions anymore. Ideally, when we have the cube, we won't need healing potions as much, because full rejuvenation potions will take care of our health and our mana. But we need to get there first. Jewelry I did on the top, gemstones on the bottom. Go. And repairs were already done. I don't need to talk to Drognin at the moment. And so back into the sand we go. Of course, Ruffin gets everywhere. Not to mention the fact that I'm in scale mail and a helm. Like a frickin' Knights Templar, I can't assume that this is the most comfortable situation to be in. And down the soldiers. Ooh, Swarm Identify, I can use that in the field. I love to see it. Yeesh. What I don't love to see is the fact that I am low. on health, at least for right now. I won't be in a couple of minutes. And ooh, yeah, these are absolutely better than what I had before. And we are going to replace one of the healing potions in our belts. So we just keep following the rocks. There's a well and an urn, or a jug, rather. Usually it's either urn or jug. Really doesn't matter which. And we did pick up a longbow that we can sell. Stopping off at the well so that way we don't have to worry about the prayer aura as much. And yes,
I can't carry
skeletons will have some stuff. So now we actually need to go say hi to Drogman. Because he's the one that's going to be selling us scrolls. Drogman! Hi!
Day.
I have some stuff for you. And I'm actually okay with buying the scroll off of him. Because it's only... Because the Scroll of Identify is only 72 gold, and it's for one item. So it's not that bad, considering we're still going to be making a profit. Case in point. And now that Scrolls of Town Portal are 90, thanks to Atma, we are going to be very quickly amassing more gold. If we need to, we can gamble with, I believe it's Elzix in this patch. Or, not this patch, but this chapter. Here's our Sand Leapers, which get skewered. Ooh, extra Scroll of Town Portal and an extra Scroll of Identify. Sweet. We are just getting lucky today. Or at least our luck is better than what it was last week. There. Still, I don't like the fact that the lightning is just doing so much. And I could switch over to lightning resist because that is a defensive aura that I can take. But that's gonna, well, I shouldn't say it'll be a waste of a skill point. It's not something that I feel the need to invest in unless we were to get something like Holy Shot. Which, that's not going to be our primary source of things. Holy Freeze is going to be our main source of things. And that will deal cold damage. Which will set ourselves up in such a way that our companion, who is doing a wonderful job, by the way, will be able to deal some damage, and if we time it right, we can turn them into just a pile of ice cubes instead of these terrible corpses on the ground. Oh. And before I forget, if you don't like bugs, this isn't necessarily the chapter for you. There's going to be a lot of bugs, and they're quite big, so keep that in mind. Buddy, we've got soldiers over here. Thank you. Oh, we can fix that. We can fix that just fine. We don't need to say hi to Dragnon,
Yes?
so we can just say hi to Mr. Kane and Farah. Ooh, I can keep the charm around. And I think I am going to do that because charms can be very useful. Do I don't really need the key, to be honest. Like, yes, keys are good to have, but if you're not running into a lot of locked chests, or you're playing as the assassin, it really doesn't matter. Now, not knowing my luck, we're going to run across a locked chest. And I will not have the key to support it. There we go. More scarab soldiers! Yay! The air dragons do some decent magic stuff.
I need a key.
See? Case in point. Locked chest. The ring out of that. Helm off of that one. Is that a chest that's locked? No. But there's nothing in it. Which is a little bit of a problem. And you did not drop a key. Fine. We can just head back.
Ask and learn.
Now we have 2 items, but we'll still be at a profit, so I'm not exactly worried about it. If that makes sense. One, 2, and refitting our tome. We can sell the gloves. And we can stash away the ring. So it's fine. Go. And we talk to Farah, who does not need to do repairs for us this time. Scroll of identify. Okay. We'll use it if we find something. And we are getting close to the town again. Which is actually kind of nice, because if we end up with a full inventory by then, we can just go into town.
I need a key.
It's another one that... Not a diamond! Oh well. Money. At least it's just laying there. kill. And we are so close to level 18. So close. I am going to stop off at the village. Or city? Yeah, city. Mainly just to clean out the inventory because I know we're going into a kind of like a little bonus area for treasure.
Stay a while and listen.
And I mean, it's right here. It's right here. It's not gonna take that long. Javelins and go. Handle our repair costs. Move the diamond accordingly. Which again, once we get the cube, we can tame the inventory monster. But right now, we make do. That's effectively what we're doing. Into the stony tomb, where we are greeted with the burning dead. And horrors! Which are literally just skeletons, just colored black. Now, this is... like most of the bonus areas, there are multiple floors. Come on. There we go. And we got to level 18! I'm just waiting until everything is dead before I, before I get too excited. Because starting with our skill tree, we have Holy Freeze. And then we will go into our defensive auras, put another point into resist cold, and then we have Blessed Hammer. So now I'm thinking that we bind our skills. And there we go. Switch our aura accordingly. And now we can try out some new stuff. Well, once we clean out our inventory, we can try some new stuff. And then for skill points, because now I actually, want to do that. And I have 20 points. We're gonna do this. We are going to do... make those two an even 50. That's fine. And then... yeah. So our dexterity is low, but that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We're a paladin. We don't necessarily have to be dexterous. Sell you. Take care of this. Two, three. Potions are taken care of. Restock and scroll and identify our magic item that we're not going to be using. Now we go stash our money, talk to Farah to get repairs done, which we don't need to do right now. And now we can try out Blessed Hammer and Holy Freeze. which makes me very excited. Ooh, scroll time portal, sweet. Admittedly, I kind of need an enemy to deal with first. I don't think Blessed Hammer will actually heal. It does not. It actually goes out in a revolving circle now. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it, actually. Ow. Running into a lot of lightning traps, and I don't know how to feel about it. Alright, our first floor of this little bonus area is clear. So we will head on over to the next floor. And these undead mages are poison mages, which is not my favorite. Because I really don't like poison damage. There we go. And yes, I am breaking all of the urns because there could be something in them. They could also be trapped. But you don't know until you actually go in and break them. And we can go say hi to Mr. Kane, who does not have anything to identify.
Hello.
Hello, Farah. That's... Admittedly, this one's going to be a little bit of a low haul. But that's mainly because the items that we got were low quality and kind of big. But shouldn't be too much of an issue. And take care of repair costs since we're here. And deposit everything. Excuse me. And there we go. And ooh, combat shrine. Nice. So you see the green aura there? There's monsters there. Hi. I need to make sure that that door stays open. Mainly to give myself an out if I absolutely need it. Make sure that we actually, like, survived the trip. So... yeah. Poison and the Dun soldiers are not the best thing in the world. Top up the scroll that we used.
Blessings to you.
There we go. And this is the treasure room. The reason I know that is because there's a little alcove that we can see the special treasure chest. And it is now locked. Some of the special chests are actually locked, so you might need to grab a key if one hasn't already dropped. Alright, let's see what's inside. Ooh. Decent stuff. And an extra key! Nice. And ideally we don't have to clear out the extra rooms, so I'm actually not going to, because it's not the point. We're basically doing a freaking tomb raid, so it's kind of a smash and grab. And back to the Rocky Wastes. Now, ooh, I have 4 keys that I can use. Okay. We're gonna hang on to those until we go back. Actually, because now we can move on to the next area to find the next waypoint in the Dry Hills. And now we have cats, beings throwing bombs. So that'll be a fun experience. Thankfully, the Holy Aura is
Good morning.
slowing them down to a degree. Again, it's 2 items, and we're likely to make a profit anyway. So I'm not overly concerned with spending money for scrolls. Especially because we've got a ton of gold already. And selling the keys because we don't really need them right now. Heavy gloves that are not as good as the gloves that I'm currently using, though I do want to replace them at some point. And private stash, because I've got money to take care of.
Good morning.
No need to do repairs. Now I do see a falchion that, once I get that identified, that could become my main weapon. Kinda hope it does. And more of these cats throwing bombs. Others have like whips, which is something to worry about a little bit, because they're the ones that get getting close. Damage scale mail. Ooh, money. Yay. Extra money, because that is helpful. And of course... Oh, okay. For a minute I'm like, is that another rare weapon, or is that just... Or was that just a normal saber? Which it was, unfortunately. There we go. And there's another chest that we cannot get into. At least as of right now. Grab the bolts so that we can sell those later. Some extra gold.
I am overloaded.
A little more. There we go. And now we can go back. And consolidate our inventory in a sense.
Good day.
Now the gnarled staff is going to give us a very good payout. But if we identify it, it'll be an even better payout. So let's do that and see what we get. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then, ooh. Yes, this is an upgrade. Yay! I got to replace my main weapon. Yay!
Good day.
It's better than nothing. And store. And it's back to the sands for us. Damage to Dirk, which is a type of dagger. Nice. Some extra potions. Ooh, skeleton portal. Yay! That is actually really useful. Because as much as I like Drognin, I don't necessarily enjoy going back every time. Only because the composite bow is actually fairly big. So I need a little bit more space. Farah.
Not here.
How may I help you?
So we don't need to use the longbow like at all. So that's just gonna end up in the sell pile. There we go. Don't need to do repair. At least not right now. I kind of wish that if you were doing offline play in Diablo in this game, that the other 3 sheets would be converted to personal inventory. Yes, I know it's a bit excessive, but it just makes sense. Like, if you're not playing multiplayer, then why only have 1 sheet reserved for the one person and the rest be shared? If there's no one to share it with. And then depending on if it's like two players or just a full party, and there's the temple that we need to go into. So if it were like 2 people playing together, it would be 2 sheets of personal space and 2 sheets of shared space. And then if it were 3, that's when we would get into like maybe one per person, and then one would be shared. And then if it were 4, it would also be everybody gets one per person. and there wouldn't necessarily be like a shared inventory, but you could still pass items to each other relatively easily. It's not something that they're gonna fix anytime soon, but it is something that I just kind of noticed. Okay, so the waypoint isn't necessarily on this level, but I do see the Temple of the Dead, so we're gonna go for it, and we're going to get ourselves the Horadric Cube, and if we fail, well, then we fail. But the plan is to not to. I'm just gonna run around this rock face really quickly, just to make sure that there aren't going to be any other enemies like that are gonna jump me when I come out. Ooh,
I am overburdened.
that is an item that is also fairly big. So, that means we go back, we empty, and move on. Sir?
Good day.
Thank you.
Good day.
Okay, so we don't need this. We don't need this. Nope. I'm going to replace them because they are a 1 to my strength, and I shouldn't have any issues with the strength requirement anymore. So I can actually have a decent set of, you know, upgraded armor. Like the game intends me to have. There we go. And I don't need to stop off at Dragnan's. I can grab this shield. Excuse me. There's some extra gold, which is nice. And now we go into the Temple of the Dead, which does have a waypoint here, so that'll be fun. And this is where we get to one of the other annoying enemies of the game, the Hollow Ones, and all of their variants, because they act as like shamans for the Fallen, Carver, Devilkin, the little guys from the first act that get really annoying. So we kind of need to proceed with caution a little bit. And I do have something that I can use. Ooh! It's actually a decent set of, like, first act armor. But by now, we've got better stuff, so we don't really need it. Thankfully, if we do hit them with anything that deals cold damage, there is a chance that we quote-unquote freeze the body and then shatter it, which means that the hollowed ones can't bring them back.
Allow me to advise you.
So cold damage is actually a very valuable form of crowd control in this game. There we go. And then all we need is the scroll. And we'll stop off at our stash, drop off the money, and go about our business. Because we should be maxing out relatively soon.
Hello.
Which thankfully means we are going to get the cube in time. So we can condense a lot of our inventory space down. And that. And there's the hollow one. Now the desert wings are little bat guys, which they're not that bad. You don't see them very often, but they do lightning damage if they hit you, which is not a pleasant experience. And that was one room cleared. Oh jeez, hi! There's a lot of you! There's a lot of you, and I don't like how close you are to the door.
Overburdened.
There. There we go. Thankfully, Holy Freeze kind of saved us there. Because that did slow them down. Okay, we don't need... I don't have enough dexterity to use a pylum, so it's fine. Spear. And the club is unidentified. Which, we can fix that real quick. There we go. Yes, I did grab the scroll. Store the money. And Farah. Because it doesn't hurt to check to see if there is a repair cost. Club. Now here's our next room. Down that extra portal. Thankfully, we're doing a really good job at just carving our way through the swaths of undead. Fortunately, we haven't found anything good just yet. Or at least anything that I would consider quote-unquote good. Most of it's probably good for money. And that's about it. Ooh, gemstone. Or a chipped skull. Which acts as a gemstone here. So the hollow ones and taken out. Set up the hammer. Oh, I forgot that the hollow ones can poison you if they end up somewhat cornered. I completely forgot about that. It's kind of annoying, actually. So yes, this room will actually connect back to the main... back to the entrance. So we can do that. Also, we need to take out the sarcophagus because they will spawn undead, which can get really annoying. Especially because the undead that they spawn will actually leave a poisonous cloud. Once they die, which is not a pleasant experience.
I am overburdened.
At least I don't need to go see Drognin. Alright, Mr. Kane.
Greetings.
Nothing to identify.
Hello.
Alright. Which means I can just sell. I can sell, I can stash, and I can just move right along. stashable. Well, it really depends on the size of the item. Like, if I get, like, a short sword or a scimitar or something that I would want to keep around, my stash is completely full. So, thankfully we are working towards the cube. So, we don't necessarily need to worry about our inventory space for very long. Hi! There were championed ones here. Okay. This is gonna be annoying. Can we at least get one? Yay, we got one! Ooh, a special bulge. I could use that on my mercenary. Possibly. And take out the one sarcophagi, or sarcophagus. I shouldn't say sarcophagi because that implies that there's more than one. And now we can snag the rest of the loots because the desert wings only come down at certain points. Alright, Dragman.
Good evening.
Grab our scrolls because those are important right now. And we sell. Stash away our money. Like the loot goblin we are.
To serve you.
You know, I wonder if Blizzard actually thought about adding dragons or draconic lore to quote-unquote Diablo at some point. Why? Because I just think that it would be cool. And we may also get an explanation as to, you know, the hoarding behavior that a lot of players do at some point. And there is our next floor. We're just gonna clear everything out so that way you don't miss anything. In terms of monsters and or loot. And there should be a waypoint on this floor. Come on. Thank you. There's another one around here. There we go. And as annoying as the hollowed ones actually are, I think they're my favorite in terms of design wise. Mechanics wise, no. They are very annoying. But in terms of design, I just think they're neat. Oh, I forgot that the weapons racks can also toss out potions that you can use if you throw them, because it's technically a weapon. Technically.
Greetings.
Hello. Ooh. Okay, so it's 2 or is it 3? 3. No, this one's gonna be a little bit pricier. But not by much. We're still going to make a profit because we are going to sell at least the two-handed sword. Because we don't need the two-handed sword. Don't need the Scepter of Energy either. And you? Vulture of Measure. Hang on. That... Is that better than what you already have?
I'll put that to good use. I'll put that to good use.
Same maximum damage, a little bit more on minimum damage, which is perfectly fine. Actually, I can sell this back to Farah. In fact, I have every intention to. Because I can't use it. There we go, moving right along. There's the next batch of undead that we need to chop through. Or cut through? You know, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't attack my friend. Thanks. And you're going to the sarcophagus. So, sarcophagus, sorry. Because the hallowed one can actually bring back all of the undead forms that it would usually be paired with. Of course, the Desert Wing would drop a chipped diamond. And of course, my little loot goblin brain would be the, ooh, shiny! Because of course that would happen.
Good morning.
Also, gems easier to carry than some of the bigger stuff. We're going to get the cube, I promise.
Blessings to you.
Just a little bit longer without our cube. I just walked through a door. I walked through a stone door. That should not have happened. Oh well. Pick up the hollow ones. There. And there should be another set of undead up here. No, it leads us to the last floor. Neat. I am going to finish exploring this floor out though because I do want to find the waypoint. And yes, the waypoint is going to be very important. And of course I can't just walk through the door again. But yeah, the waypoint is going to be very important for us to get back. And considering we don't have the waypoint in the Dry Hills yet, we will be taking the long way back. Have a holy projectile. Where's the gemstone? when I really don't want it to. Well, at least we found our waypoint. And smashing urns. Because they can drop money. They could also be trapped. Like that. Ow. Light that up. And I'm going to clear out the rest of the floor because it makes sense to do so. Also, extra experience if I do. Ooh. Why does it have to be the hollow one? That's cursed. There.
I am overburdened.
Of course. I'm overburdened. If I can't carry a set of javelins, something's wrong.
Ask.
Dragnon. And I usually don't keep grand charms because they're just too big. They're just too big. But usually I keep a couple small charms around, depending on what bonuses they give out. There we go. Okay, we desperately need that cube. Alright. Well, at least all of our money is safe. And no repairs need to be done. Cool. Double checking to make sure that the scrolls are taken care of, which they are. And Hall's the Dead. Gonna leave a room down here. Oh, Brownsfield, thank you for the follow and thank you for that message. I usually try to stream like 3 times a week, depending on how the schedule fits. And making sure that we don't stay in the trap too long, especially because that's a poison trap, which is very, very bad. There's nothing else here. I'm going to say no on that one. Mainly because it is nice to see you, but I have no idea who you are. So, for my safety, it's going to be a case of no. And my stamina is full. What? There we go. Why does there have to be a hollow one like right there? Ooh, that's not a good aura that I want to see. Who has it? Is it? Oh no. Yeah, we're going to close that door. At least for right now. Yes, I want to go this way. And of course, I just walked through a door again. That's just kind of the nature of this game, I guess. Sweet, holy undead. That's a lot of undead. Of course I'm overburdened. We're carving our way through the undead at the moment. Okay. Cool. You don't necessarily have to worry about that. Grabbing the extra
It's locked.
town portal, that it's locked. Okay, it's fine. Use the town portal again. And
Yes?
identify,
How may I help you?
trade and repair. Because I don't think I can use any of this stuff. Or at least, it's not stuff that I necessarily want to use. And handle repair cost. And at least I don't have to worry about any sort of jewelry or gemstone right now. Do. There we go. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. I'm sorry. Please help me. There's one hollow one down. There's the other one. Yay! Whoo! There's a third one. Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be? And... whew, okay, that's a little... Okay, so now we're gonna head north and tackle these decayed ones. Especially because one of them's got an aura that I don't want to have. At least not anymore. Okay, the poison is not a good time, but we do have an extra scroll down portal, which is very nice considering I just got a rare weapon that I'm probably not going to use.
Greetings.
There we go, Farah. Do your thing. And take her repairs because that is kind of important. And the grab. Stash the money. Double check our scroll capacity, which is fine. And we do have that. There's the rare two-handed sword that we probably are not going to use. Why? Because if I take off the shield right now, I lose a considerable amount of strength, which is bad. Which is not good. And, okay, this room is empty, which means the rooms down here lead to the Herodric Cube. Which is the godsend for players in this game. Sure that whole aura is going, which it is. You'd love to see it. We are going to clear out this room as well, because they are kind of connected to each other.
I am ready to move.
fine. It's also a trident, so it's a bit of a pain to carry. There we go. Luke Ghislaine.
Hello.
There we go. Doing this instead. And since we've only got the one item, we're just gonna buy a scroll. There. Go into the private stash.
It is an honor to serve you.
And there we go. Almost done with this specific area. You know, ideally we could just go back to Lootgo Lane using the waypoint. And because the Dry Hills is connected to the Rocky Wastes in such a way that it's going to be easy enough just to get back there, I think we can actually afford to use the waypoint.
I need a key.
Plus, I'm gonna need to do a lot of inventory management, so that's what we're gonna spend a chunk of time doing once we get back. So I'm not particularly worried about using a waypoint or not. Here we go, into the room, slowing down our enemies. We've got healing aura, and we've also got, oh jeez, making sure that we don't die. We did have healing aura, and we did have cold aura, but it wasn't enough. Okay. Especially when you've got a ton of enemies like that. And sell. So even though we don't have a ton of stuff to sell, we can just grab what we need and get right back to it. And ideally, I should be throwing up a couple holy blessed hammers.
Good day.
Scrolls are taken care of, and here we go. Ooh, extra scroll teleporter. I see that. I want it. I'm snagging it. There's the flood diamond. We're grabbing some of the smaller stuff. We're trying to grab some of the smaller stuff. Especially because in this chest we have the Herodric Cube. All hail the cube! And I'm just gonna move some things around here because with this cube we can get a lot of inventory management done. And
I can't carry anymore.
that is perfectly fine. It's not something I want anyway. So we're just gonna leave it be. And make our way back to the waypoint where we can condense our inventory. Because, by God, we need to. And we're actually going to start with the potions. Because those are going to be... Well, there's at least going to be 12 of them put into our belt. and then the rest I will keep on hand, or at least stashed away, so if I end up using one, I can just replace it. And then with the rings and the amulets, that's going to be a little bit of a, ooh, is this better than what we already have? No? Okay, get crunched. And then with the gemstones, we're just going to improve those to the highest quality we can. Oh, shoot. That's not what I wanted. There we go. There we go. And we do have some unidentified stuff. So let's talk to Kane first.
You have quite a
Yes, I'm fully aware of this wonderful little cube I have.
Good evening.
And is going to serve me so well. And we don't need this. I am going to keep the town portal scroll, because that's just good to have around in general. And I don't need to do repair costs. So, let's wrangle this inventory monster effectively. And it will allow me to show you how this cube actually works. So, for this recipe in particular, we're going to need 3 rejuvenation potions. And we open up the cube, press the little transmute button, and boom! Full rejuvenation potion. Repeats until our belt is full. So, I'm just going to burn that. I'm gonna put our next rejuvenation potion in there and then just move a bunch of stuff, because you can actually use the cube from your inventory but not your stash. So I need to move some stuff around effectively. And then I will show you guys the jewelry next. And the gemstones are going to be last, because we're going to be doing them by type. And I hope that I have enough potions that I can fill my belt with full rejuvenation potions. I should be able to, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. And then I know you can make like special. I'm just going to put the diamond in the stash right now, just so that way it's out of the way. I know you can create like special weapons and armor as well. I'm not familiar with all of the recipes in the Horadric Cube. If you have any that I definitely should make note of, please let me know. Okay. Got a couple more. Well, we've got 6 more. Okay. Oh, okay. That's helpful. So now if we open up the cube, and I've already got a potion in here, so let's transmute. told, I can just move stuff into the cube relatively easy. And then I think you can also create partial rejuvenation potions as well. I don't remember what the recipe was for that one. And even then, I don't remember if it still works. Because I'm pretty sure some stuff got changed between Resurrected and the original Diablo 2. I think. And I'm not entirely sure. So I've got enough at least to fill the first 2 rows of my belt, which is perfectly fine. They are kind of expensive because you need 3 rejuvenation potions to actually make this work. And rejuvenation potions are not the most common drop in the world. But if we tweak like so, I need to drop that. So open up the inventory again. I forgot that you could do that. That's convenient. I am learning the shortcuts as I am condensing my inventory down. Okay, so we don't have enough rejuvenation potions to do the replaced strategy that I wanted to do, but that's perfectly fine. We can sell all of the extra potions that we don't need. And now, I can get to the next part of this. The jewelry. So, we're going to move everything to the inventory first. Because it makes sense to do that. And at least with the gemstones, I know that I'm going to have to do some condensing first before I move everything. Because, yeah, it's a lot. And make sure that we grab everybody. And now, I hit the wrong button. Dang it. I did not mean to do that. Okay, so... Yes, we are... Oh, I did not mean to do that either. Long story short, if we combine Wurt's leg with the Tome of Tom portal that is currently within the Horadric Cube, we will open up a bonus level. Yeah, we're not doing that right now. Mainly because that is a very dangerous prospect right now. But I am going to show you the recipe. So, what we want to do is have 3 rings. They have to be of the same rarity in this case. We hit the transmute button and it turns into an amulet. Now, what amulet do I currently have? Okay, so I do have an amulet of regen, which I don't want to get rid of. So if we put in 3 amulets, we get a ring. Neat little trick, huh? Or at least I think it's a neat little trick. Ooh, that's decent, but I don't want to get rid of that. It's not as good as what I already have. We'll put these in. And yes, things are random. So we could get something cool, we could get something awful. That's just kind of the nature of it. Unfortunately. Ooh. I'm actually going to use that. Because that is a 20% lightning resistance. And I don't need the regen as much because my mercenary has prayer going. So I don't... Well, yes, it's nice. It's not necessarily required. And transmute. And then remove this amulet for right now because we need to put in a couple more rings. And we don't have enough to do another conversion. We have 2 and 2, which is not enough. And now that our potion space has been cleaned up a little bit, we can move the hat that we have over. And we can start working on gemstones, which are relatively simple. And I'm just gonna grab as much as I can here because the conversion is 3 of the same type. We'll put you in the next tier, as it were. So if I grab everything that I can show you. And I'm just gonna do that real quick. Because we should be able to get at least something for amethyst and topaz. Ruby, unfortunately not, because we don't have a ton of rubies to work with. And I have full inventory. So, based on what we've got, we're going to work with sapphire first, because that's what's underneath my cursor at the moment. So it is 3 to transmute. And now we have a flood sapphire. I can close this out. And I don't see any other sapphire things, so we can put those away right now, and we can continue with our other gems. And I'm gonna move you because I don't necessarily need you. Dang it! Wrong button again. Okay. So now we're gonna work with diamonds. And I do have enough for a flawed diamond. Like that. Now I don't have any others at the moment. So we're just going to move on to our next gemstone, which is the sapphire. Ooh. I was wrong. I do have enough for a flawed diamond. Hang on. Yeah, I'm actually going to, put the other things away right now. So that way they don't run the risk of moving, and it allows me to hold on to more gemstones at the moment. go. And take you. And put you right there. So. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab all of these. And I'm going to grab the cable for my controller. And I also lost my neck pillow, so I'm going to need to grab that too. Ugh. Thankfully, it's not too far away. Okay, so back to condensing. You guys, we can. So we have 3 flawed diamonds, which will bring us to a normal diamond. Now, I do not have any other diamonds currently, so I will move those out of the way. And now we can go click the wrong thing. That is perfectly fine though, because we don't have to worry about it. We will go into our next gemstone, which in this case is amethyst. I have enough for a couple of flawed amethyst pieces. 1, 2, and 3. And I don't have enough for a third one, unfortunately. So we can now move the amethyst out of the way. And grab that. Now for the next one, we will do skulls, because I am kind of working in the one corner spot. Skull and skull. Now we will have a flawed skull. And we have enough for 2 flawed skulls. Which unfortunately is not enough to bring us to the next tier. Unfortunate. But, as you'll soon notice, our inventory monster is a lot less, monstrous. And as I go along, I will be, figuring out what can be condensed. And now we're doing emeralds now. Which, that'll get me 2 flawed. And a chips, unfortunately. I shouldn't say unfortunately, but I kind of just want to get things out of the way. And it's kind of difficult when you have a bunch of just miscellaneous stuff lying around. No, don't hit the right control stick. There we go. So now we have our chipped topazes, which we do have enough for, I believe, 2 quote-unquote normal topaz? I don't think we can get to flawless, unfortunately. Because if we get into flawless and I find an item with a socket, I can just put that in there and sell off that item for a bunch of money. And yes, we're going to convert our flawed topaz right now into a normal topaz. And so 2 normal and a flawed, and we do have an extra chipped. It really does depend on the game file as to what gemstones you get. Because I have had a smattering of gems. before. So I am happy that one is that I'm at least able to get some of every type. And, okay, so now that our inventory monster is managed, let's get things sorted once more. We will grab our Tome of Town Portal, grab our extra scroll of Town Portal, because again, it's kind of important, and our small charms. Because those are absolutely important. There! Our inventory monster has now been managed. Which means we can head out. Find the desert, the Dry Hills waypoint, because that's kind of the plan. And then we might go for the staff itself? Maybe? It depends, because we'll have to find another waypoint for sure. Because I really don't want to do the maggot layer without a waypoint to fall back on. I've done it before. I don't want to do it. Because it's not a fun time. And the further in the desert we go out, it's... The waypoints are just kind of nice to have. So, I think once we find the waypoint for the Far Oasis, I think we'll call it. Because it really does depend on where the waypoints are located. There we go. Thankfully, at least with the saber cats, they'll come to me. So I don't necessarily have to worry about my stamina. I would like my hired help to actually, show up at some point. Though, he's kind of stuck there. And the pathing is a little goofy. Ooh, an extra key. That's nice. We come across a locked chest. It's one of those things of, we'll keep it for now. There we go. And thankfully the pathing problem got fixed. And there's our waypoint. That's one down. One more to go. Chest. And I am just going to clear out the rest of the area because it is extra experience and loot regardless. So, I'd rather take the chance. There we go. Let's... Thank you for the healing potion, at least. Is that a... Okay, that's yellow and not gold. For a minute I'm like, is that another mythic weapon? I don't... That's a well, I don't really need the well. Actually, if I can identify that trident, I might be able to replace what my friend currently is using, which might be a good thing. So hang on. Maybe. I know I'm taking damage at the same time, so hang on.
I'll put that to good use.
No, the Volge is better. Like, yes, the knockback would be nice, but just the straight extra damage would be better. So there we go. Ooh, a flat skull! I can get a normal skull now. Yay! Now that my inventory monster has been kind of managed. Sweet.
I can't carry anymore.
That's perfectly fine.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Don't need the keys now. Make sure our repair costs are done, and now, not only can we stash the money that we have, but we can also use the cube again, which is awesome, because that means that we can move at least a couple other gemstones. Or at least one other gemstone. Turns mute, and we have a normal skull. Yeah, I'll just put the chipped one there. It's probably going to make somebody mad, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we have everything that we need. Everything's repaired and taken care of. Ow. Thank you. So now we can go to the far oasis and deal with a bunch of bugs. Bugs and black raptors. At least the black raptors are not annoying. Here's some of the money. Oh, I forgot about you guys. I forgot about the beetles. Good thing we're right next to a well. Don't go down the stairway just yet. Ooh, vultures. Or, I'm sorry, undead scavengers. They're effectively vultures. There we go. Nice. Our friend actually leveled, which is neat. No. Black Raptor Nest. In other words, it's another spawner enemy. If you take that out, you won't get any more Black Raptors. They are quite gross, though. Now, where is that waypoint? Because we don't need to go for the staff today. In fact, I wasn't planning on going after the staff today. We got the cube, which makes me very happy. Is this... Okay, this is just a little alcove piece. Okay. So it looks like we do have to go to the other floor after all. Or other level.
I can't carry it.
It's fine. We do have a spare scroll that we can use.
Good evening.
Identify as such.
Good evening.
And sell off everything as we do. And it's back to finding that waypoint. Hold to repair. Do our deposit. And back to the sand. Ooh. I almost forgot about that. And there's the maggot layer. Okay. Like I said, I want to find the waypoint first. That's gonna lead to the next area. So we don't need to go there just yet. Incoming gloves, which is nice, but not quite what we need.
I am overwhelmed.
That's fine. There's an extra scroll town portal right here. So we can just go back to the city. And unfortunately, I cannot save and exit because portals will not save. So,
Stay a while and listen.
Blessings to you.
not yet. There we go. And everything is sold off that needs to be sold. There's that. Go. Did I need to stop at the health shrine? No. Is it helpful that I did? Absolutely. There's our waypoint. Okay. Let's finish the loop around effectively. And then we will call it. And of course we level up, which is even better. Can I actually put... Oops, wrong button. Combat skills. Can I... Oof. I can put one more into Holy Freeze though, which is cool. Which will increase my range and damage. And since I put points into Blessed Hammer, it should last longer and go a little bit further out. Which, again, will be good for dealing with crowds. Single enemies, not so much. And we get to deal with swarms. I forgot about these. Nice.
I am overburdened.
That's fine. No. Don't want to deal with you. Don't want to deal with you. I'm just trying to get back to the waypoint, my friends. Oh, Beetle Burst. I forgot about you. And I will deal with you next time. Not again. There. There we go. Okay. We did it. We got the Horadric Cube. And we cleaned up the first quest of this chapter, which was kind of the plan. So, on that note, I'm going to end today's stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure to leave a follow and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I'm live. On the YouTube channel, make sure to like, comment, and sub over there so you don't miss a recap. Recaps are typically up within 1 to 2 days if I remember to do so, along with some bonus shiny hunts. Or at least, if I find a shiny, it usually ends up there. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling generous, I do have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the Twitch channel, along with a link to a portfolio of D&D homebrew that I personally wrote. I don't promise perfection, just something interesting for your next tabletop adventure. The next stream, for me at least, will be on Saturday with coffee as we enter day 4 of the Winter Shiny Race. Until then, stay safe out there, and see